Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Sunday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedist, go to Brock. Remember, Brock Rock and Wine is coming up on July the 20th. July the 20, I think it's the 6th. July 26th. I was right. God is sweet. Get your tickets. brortho.com in Tiger Stadium, South Stadium Club. brortho.com for tickets. Parish Construction and Roofing. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com. Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Bocock Brothers Premium Cigars. Get ready to smoke your Bocock Brothers Premium Championship cigars this evening when LSU wins the Natty in 2, like we predicted. All right, y'all. What a night for Kade Anderson. What a night for LSU. Kade Anderson faced 5 Chanticleers in the first inning. Derek Curiel worked a leadoff walk. Good issue. Curiel worked a leadoff walk. Fry advanced him on a fielder's choice. Stephen Milam, RBI single. You're 8 batters into the game. It's 1-0, and there would be no more scoring. What an incredible, incredible performance. Postseason complete game shutouts. Brett Laxton in 93. I went and looked it up. Aaron Nola did it against Oklahoma in the Supers in 2013, that Nola versus John Gray game. And Kade Anderson. I mean, that list might be longer. Postseason complete game shutouts, not postseason complete games, postseason complete game shutouts. Just an absolutely incredible performance by Kade Anderson.
Good way. Daniel, say it.
I'm a little embarrassed for Michael Cobble. I just went to check Todd Politz on Twitter, and Cobble asked Politz if LSU ever threw a complete game in Omaha. A complete game shutout in Omaha. Good is sweet. Here you go. Last time LSU baseball won a game 1-0 by scoring in the first inning, March 25th, 1978 against Auburn. Incredible. I mean, we watched history on the biggest stage. Absolutely amazing for Kade Anderson. Amazing for LSU because now the Tigers are 1 win away from a championship. It's exactly what you needed. He went the distance. I think he even joked yesterday on Morning Scone, like the best case scenario would be like Kade Anderson gave you a complete game shutout. Now I actually need to go find that because I think I did say that yesterday on Morning Scone. I'm not sure. I thought that was a realistic possibility, but that was your best case scenario, and the best case scenario unfolded. 130 pitches, which we'd seen him do before. He's not pitching again, so as long as his command and velo were holding, let him go. And you did, and he did, and it was awesome. So Tigers win. They did have to use Carbone. So they have, Coastal has 2 sort of co-closers, right? Good issue. Their 2 kind of co-closers are Carbone, who threw last night, and Ryan Lynch. So Lynch has 9 saves on the season. His ERA is .58. So he's got a sub-1 ERA. He's made 27 appearances. He's thrown just 31 innings, though. So a multi-inning appearance isn't very common for Lynch. But I also don't think a scenario unfolds where if LSU has a lead or is building a lead, that Lynch doesn't come in. I mean, let's say it another way. Like, if LSU is building a lead, you're going to see Lynch. Good issue. For them, they need Morrison to go be an ace and lock LSU down, and they need their offense to get going. The problem for Coastal is, as you saw, like their offense isn't explosive. They're opportunistic. And even on a day when Kade Anderson hit 2 and walked 5, they still didn't come up with a run because LSU defensively is also great. The play by Kade Anderson to field his position in the third, was it the second? Go this way. Go this way. When they had first and second, nobody out, they bunt. Kade gets the lead runner at third. That's PFP, pitchers fielding practice. Kade said after the game, done 10,000 PFPs. I mean, it showed. Lefty falls off the mound toward third base. They bunted down the third base line. He grabbed it, went right to third. Braswell was ready for it. And then the third out of that inning is when they slid past the bag at third, and Braswell stayed with it as he scrambled to get back to the base, made the tag. Boom, out of the inning. How about the second out in the ninth? 1 out in the ninth, 1-0 ball game. Go this way. Ball hit to the left side. Braswell to his left. Range, gathered himself, made a throw, boom, got him by half a step. Like, that's why Braswell's in the game, especially against this team. Like, you want your best fielding team in the game. It's very obvious. You only managed 4 hits offensively, but you got what you needed, man. No pictures in the scorebook, as they say. So Tigers win. They're 1 win away. Carbone could certainly come back for them today. I mean, it's an all hands on deck thing because they have to extend their season, right? They're in the same position today that Dave Van Horn was in on Wednesday, whereas Jay Johnson had a game in his back pocket. So he could approach it differently depending on what happened in the game. Like if LSU has a lead, then he's going to be all in to win it today. If LSU's behind, he can use his down the line arms to save his best guys for Monday to put themselves in an advantageous position, whereas Coastal has to be all in with their best arms today behind Morrison to win it. Now, for them, they're hoping Morrison can do what Anderson did, throw a complete game, save everybody, and then it's everybody's best tomorrow. But even if that's the case, I mean, if you're going to give me Evans, Shores, Cowan, I mean, just those 3. And then if you're going to talk about down the line, Newt, Rizzi, Williams, Myers. I mean, come on. LSU's got plenty. They just got to win a 2 out of 3 series, and now they just got to win 1 of the next 2. So you love to see it, y'all. What a day! What a day! One we'll talk about forever, man. All right, we'll say some good mornings here. Please smash that like button if you would subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Thanks for being with us. It was funny also how many Scone, are you okay messages I got last night that started pinging my phone when the game ended because I didn't go live on my Locked On channel, as I explained. So I was doing my best to follow the score. And then obviously when our event ended, I read the game story. I saw what happened. I read the game story and then came home and watched the game. But I was able to get through the game in about an hour. It's amazing how much downtime there is in baseball when you're just fast forwarding through and watching, the pitches and the moments. So I was able to watch the game in about an hour and then did Locked On last night. So I would greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. Ha ha. If you have time, you're looking for something to do before the game at 1:30 today, if you go check out Locked On LSU that I recorded about 1 o'clock in the morning yesterday. So, or 1 o'clock this morning, podcast or YouTube, I greatly appreciate it. Would love to get those numbers. I just have a short runway on that show, right? So, because the game starts at 1:30. All right, let's say some good mornings here. Hey, Brendan, Championship Sunday. Let's go. Chef, Bubba, Thomas, good morning, everybody. Trivia, Kelly, John, beautiful day to win a championship. Let's go. Hey, Ryan, good morning. Whoops. I just scrolled way past everybody. My bad. Here we go. Club, what's good? How's the film showing? It was awesome. So for those that don't know, last night it's funny. One of our good friends texted Erica and said, hey, her dad, Craig Squirrel, who sometimes jumps in here. Like, Squirrels, is everything okay? Squirrels, we're looking for Matt. He's not there. I'm like, she texts back, like, we're at a movie. Like, shut the front door. Like, no way. But I don't expect anybody to I don't expect anybody else to get it. But 25 years ago, my best friend carried a camcorder and recorded everything from our senior year, and he spent 25 years putting that together into a movie. And he rented out a theater, and we all, our whole group got together and watched it 25. We watched ourselves at 17, 18 years old, 25 years later. And he scheduled this months ago with no awareness of what could have been with LSU on this day, and I just wasn't going to miss it. Whatever, the handful of people that messaged me like, bleep that, do your show. I'm like, your opinion of me means nothing to me. I just have so much love for those people that have meant so much to me in my life over 30 years. I wasn't missing that for anything, man. So the way I said it is, when I'm on my deathbed, I'm not going to remember a baseball game. I'll remember those people. So I had a great night. It was phenomenal. I'm so glad LSU won. Oh, my God. And then to get home and watch the game was getting to watch the game with a little lower stress was awesome. Like knowing the outcome, preparing myself for all the good that was about to happen was pretty cool. All right. Hunter, good morning. Going to the Clemson game this year. Very hyped. Third straight season opener. Hope for a different outcome, Hunter. Hey, Mo. I might be 13, but I had my first. Okay. Make defense great again. More, Matt. Waiting for you to go live last night right after the game. I was waiting for you. So I talked about it before. I talked about the end of the game. End of the previous Locked On and on Morning Scone and all. But that's why we weren't live last night. So, but I promise I will be live tonight as soon as the game goes final. And here's hoping. I'm ready to do my pool jump show from the patio, cigars, whiskey, the whole deal tonight on the Locked On LSU YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed to Locked On LSU YouTube, get there, because that's where I'll be as soon as the game goes final tonight. Chris, good morning. Game was nuts. Hope for another great game and the good guys win. Was Jones pressing yesterday? Was he not seeing Fluky well? Yeah, hat tip to Cameron Fluky. I mean, when you're 6'8", and you're throwing 95 to 98, you can create some serious arm angles that make it very tough. And then 98, when you're 6'8", gets on you even faster because of the proximity to the plate that you're releasing the ball. Like, you don't necessarily think of it, but I mean, it's if someone has an 8-inch longer wingspan than, say, an average pitcher who's 6 foot, 6'1", whatever, and you're 6'8", and so the ball at release point is actually 8 inches closer. I mean, it may be 98, but it may play like 101. So, I mean, look, you could say Jones was pressing, but he had 4 hits. He had 4 hits in the game. Milam had 2 of them. I mean, So, I mean, sometimes you just tip your cap. I mean, you think today Coastal are going, man, do you think our guys are pressing? Maybe, but or maybe you were going against the best pitcher in the country who's a lefty throwing mid-90s with 4 devastating pitches, who's going to be the first pick of the draft. It could be that. Probably more that. Huey, morning from Omaha. Environment was great yesterday. Let's get 8 today. Let's do it. John, yeah, man. So explain why I wasn't there last night, but I'll be there. I will be there tonight. As soon as the game goes final, I will be live on Locked On. I know it's weird because, like, you're there for the only game I missed all year was the A&M game when I was at Jazz Fest. But every other game I've done a post game, a Locked On post game. So to be in the championship series and not to be there, I get it. That's kind of jarring. Like, I get it. I'm fully well aware, but you'll have to trust me when I tell you the thing that I did is something that I wouldn't have missed for anything. So, Sabrion Green, more Matt, would like the boys have come, have some better ABs, swing the bat. Like, I'm with you. But you got to respect, like, the guy who threw last night is going to be a first rounder next July. The guy who's throwing tonight is going to be a top 2-3 round guy in a few weeks. Morrison isn't necessarily going to be overpowering, but he's a low mid-90s guy with a good breaking ball, and he's got good pitchability. So the thing I'll tell you about Morrison, though, and I'll repeat this again, and I know how it's perceived by some. He's 6'8", 245, big old dude, but these are the teams he pitched against: Kansas State, Wilmington, North Carolina. By the way, 3 runs on 6 hits in 5 innings against North Carolina. East Carolina, where he went just 1 inning, 1 run on 3 hits. Georgia Southern, Troy, Texas State, Arkansas State, Georgia State, Marshall, James Madison, App State, ULM, Old Dominion, Marshall, East Carolina, and then Auburn, Oregon State. And by the way, Auburn, he went 6 innings, 1 run on 6 hits, struck out 6, walked 3. Against Oregon State, he was fantastic. 7 2/3, 1 run on 5 hits. The thing I'll tell you is Oregon State ran out 8 right-handed hitters in that lineup. LSU will have a little more balance. Milam will bat from the left side where he's better. I fully expect Jake Brown will be in the lineup. Obviously, Curry Ellis on the left side. And then you've got left-handed pinch hit options if you want them. You've got Tanner Reeves. You've got Ashton Larson. So you've got options offensively to be able to attack Jacob Morrison and try to get him out of the game. Hey, Ashton Dillon, good morning. Didn't Brock Rock and Wine used to have a softball game? Good question, wrong event. You're thinking of Red Rock and Blue. So Red Rock and Blue is Jacques Doucet's event, and it's a big softball tournament. He used to do a celebrity softball game. Brock Rock and Wine is the Brock event, which we went to last year, which was fantastic. We're actually going to be in Mexico this year for it. But I would highly recommend. They have a band, like live music in South State. First of all, South Stadium Club's great. To have an event in South Stadium Club of Tiger Stadium. If you've never been up there, it's really cool. And then when you're in, there's tons of food and tons of wine stations and all different types of booze. So like you can go to all these dozens and dozens of tables and just sample wine and they will not run out of food or wine. So, and there's live music and there's live auction, silent auction, all that stuff. So, it's a really cool event. Highly, highly, highly recommend. July 26th, if you're looking for something to do that night in Tiger Stadium. And by that point, they got Tiger Stadium looking good for the start of the season. Great event. BROrtho.com for tickets. RB, good morning. Why is everyone not giving Tigers the respect they deserve even with 1 win away? Who are you talking about? I think they're getting plenty of respect. Kade Anderson is on the front page of everything right now. He's awesome. He's going to be the first pick in the draft. Devin, time for an updated pick. I know, dude. That's just, I've had the picture on that YouTube thumbnail picture or wallpaper picture for as long as I've had the YouTube channel. The Mayo, good morning, Matt. Announcers during the game kept talking about Coastal's ability to steal strikes. You seen that last night? Yes. So, and I will tell you candidly, I had a convo with a buddy of mine, one of my scout buddies, who told me their analytics, like their organization's analytics, say that excuse me. So their analytics say that Caden Bonine steals 5 strikes a game. And it's one of the things we talk about catching that most of the time, please don't take this the wrong way, but I want to say like a casual fan, an average fan doesn't pay attention to. When we think about catchers, we think of caught stealing, like your ability to control the run game, throwing guys out, and like blocking dirt balls is generally what we think. But one of the things that, like, this is one of the things I talked about a lot with Alex Milazzo the past 5 years. He was a plus receiver. And when you are still behind the plate, and again, it's something to watch. And Terrio talks about this all the time. And I guess I've just been trained and conditioned by having so many friends that were pitchers and whatever. But you want a catcher who is still behind the plate. If you can not move the glove, you're going to steal strikes. Like, if the umpire sees you adjust your glove, it means the pitcher missed a spot. So your ability to stab the ball, be still behind the plate is so important. Caden Bodine's best at it. In college baseball, I should say. So, and look, he had a pass ball yesterday. He was trying to steal. He was trying to stab one. It went right off his glove, went to the backstop. But, excuse me. The way that my buddy explained it to me is that on their grading scale, right? So when MLB teams are scouting a player, they're grading scale. I don't know why this, because it goes from 20 to 80 is the scores, or like 20. I don't know why it would be 0 to 100, but it's 20 to 80 is the scale. And anything above 50, and this isn't as an overall prospect, this is in an individual skill set. Anything above a 50, like in the 50s, is like a mid-level, just an average major leaguer, right? Caden Bodine, every one of his skill sets are all like mid-50s. So he projects as good as sway. So like today, so today as a college catcher, he projects as an average starting catcher in Major League Baseball, but a starter. So think about how few of those there are actually in the world. And it's not just his ability to receive, but receive, the arm, the block ability, the ability to handle the bat, everything. So yeah, and then it's a premium defensive position, which is why you're seeing him mocked in the 20s, right, for the draft, is because he projects as a big leaguer. But yes, so to answer, long way of answer your question, yes, that's such an important thing that generally, like, it's like in football, fans don't typically watch the line of scrimmage. We watch the ball, right? I mean, we're all guilty. We watch the ball. So it's hard to know what the thing is specifically that an offensive lineman is doing exceptionally well because we're not watching it. It's similar with a catcher. Like, you're not watching him frame, but watch how still, like, by contrast, that is not something Luis Hernandez is very good at, very candidly. Like, he, I think, is so steady. He's a veteran player who's played a ton. His ability to manage the pitching, keep guys calm, but he's not a guy that's going to steal strikes. That's not his strength, and not even close. I think Luis Hernandez has been outstanding this year. Jay Johnson said it last night. I mean, and he was outstanding last night. But there's a reason, like, Caden Bodine is going to be a first-round pick. Christian, morning. Cool stat last night. Only 3 complete game shutout. Yep. So we did mention that last night also on Locked On LSU. But yes, in this era, this format, 23 years of the championship series, the 3-game championship series, there have been 3 complete game shutouts. And actually, one of them was an Arizona pitcher in game 1 against Coastal in 2016. And then Coastal came back and won the next 2 games. So let's not put that juju out in the universe. Hey, Steven, good morning. Enjoy the game from Don Juan's. Awesome. Great spot. Always, man. Were you impressed with lack of hitting or Coastal pitching? I thought that Cam Fluke was great. I thought, and it wasn't just heat, it was his pitch ability. I mean, he used both sides of the plate. He obviously an electric fastball matched with off speed. I thought go to the first inning, like Derek Curiel, for example, the first at bat of the game when he walked, he got down 0-2 and did a brilliant job working the count. And there was a 2-2 pitch that was on the inside black fastball that Curiel took. That was borderline. And if they had rung him up, I would have been mad if they had rung him up. But then Milam on a 1-2 pitch laced the single, the RBI single. So you did see some ability to hit with 2 strikes there. But you had some other opportunities, with guys in scoring position. And then you just had you had some bad luck. Like in the 6th, when Milam gets on with the leadoff walk, they try the pickoff and it hits the umpire. And then after that is when Hernandez got the single. So, like, if that ball gets away, Milan's at second, Hernandez singles, you're up 2-0. There's your insurance run, right? In the seventh of the eighth, when Dickinson got hit by the pitch, like the enforcement of the rule is correct. Like, if you lean into a pitch, you're out. And that rule is in place to prevent guys who wear the body armor from just diving over the plate and trying to get hit. But listen, Dickinson lowered his elbow, right? I mean, he lowered his elbow. We can agree, like, he lowered his elbow into the pitch. Whereas normally what you see a guy avoiding it is they raise their arm, it would come underneath them, or you would just turn and take it in your side. He lowered his elbow. Okay, I get it. But the problem I have is that was a ball. Like, that pitch was in the batter's box. It was a ball. And so the pitcher in that situation is rewarded for throwing a ball, which that I'm not okay with. So I think Jay said that after the game too. I'm pretty sure that was his quote after the game. And he's right. But and he gave the explanation after. He said, look, after a review, you can't come out of the dugout and argue after a review. So that's why he didn't. And look, and he needs to keep his composure, not get tossed in that situation in a 1-0 game. But anyway, all that to say, like, you had some opportunities, against a really good pitcher. It's not supposed to be easy. But I think I hat tip to Cam Flukie. He was really good. I mean, and Carbone's been great this year as well. So those guys are good. Like, when talking about this, and I picked LSU in 2, I've said it over and over, but I know sometimes this part just gets muted. It's no disrespect to Coastal. I mean, they're a great team. You don't win 26 straight. You don't get to this point without being really, really good. I just think LSU's depth is better. And the reason I liked LSU all along from the beginning of the season to now is because of your 1-2 punch with Anderson Ianson. And Anderson's the best pitcher in the country, and he showed it again last night. Now you come back with Anthony Ianson with Shores and Evans and Cowan and whoever else you need. So if you get a lead, like, Jay's going to go for the throat tonight if he's got a lead, and he should. And if they get a lead, you can throw your down the line arms and get to Monday, and you'll have Cowan and Evans and Shore and whoever you need queued up to win game 3. Hang on one second. Hunt Palmer's calling me. Yo. What up?
Just a little strategy session.
Yep.
Obviously, if LSU loses today, I'll cover on Monday and fly out on my flight to book on Tuesday at 5:30 in the morning.
Hey.
If LSU wins, would you like me to stay and do my on Tuesday?
Your flight's already booked for Tuesday? Yeah, I would rather you be on air Monday for sure. Yeah, so I mean, I would also say you could talk to Alyssa, because that's kind of important at this point as well. You've been gone for a week and a half. So, but if it's one more day and your family's fine with it, yes, I would obviously much rather have you on Monday. Yeah. Do me a favor too, when you and Rivers and Alondra are there, like, let's have I may put this in the text as well, a strategy for ESPN socials. I mean, 3 people there in the press box. Let's make sure we're getting, like, pictures, photos. We have everything covered, pre, during, post as well. It's freaking championship Sunday, so I'm anticipating they win today. So if they do, let's just flood our stuff with content. Cool. All right, man. I'll. Okay. All right. It's Hunt. Say hi, Hunt.
Hi.
Okay. All right. See you later. All right. I'm finishing up morning scone, so I'll. You're not on, by the way. I've got it. You're good. But yeah, man. I'll touch base and make sure we're all good to go. But yeah. But thanks for the call. All right, dude. Later, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only Hoont Palmerio. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Let's get this win today. Fire up that Bocock cigar. Remember, Bocock Brothers Premium Cigars. Use the code MAT15, MAT15 for 15% off. I would recommend, however, like, just a little. You can go there now. Like, here's what I would say you do. If you want one for today, go to a local retailer that has them. Don Juan, for example, has Bocock Brothers. You can buy them individually. Like that's what I would. If you want one for today to smoke a victory cigar, go to Don Juan today and get it. If you're interested in getting a box, I can tell you there are plans for a championship box. So if LSU wins, they are going to have a championship box with the championship logo. And I know LSU's already made their championship logo. That shouldn't come as a surprise, but it's already designed and everything to roll out. So if they win, when they win, I would recommend maybe just waiting another day or so and get the championship box whenever those come out. And yes, you can still use the code MAT15 for 15% off. So I will be smoking tonight around 5:30-ish after my pool plunge, fully clothed on the back patio for Locked on LSU postgame, a Bocock Brothers premium cigar. Use the code MAT15 for 15% off. Hey, Bubba, pulling out my great-grandfather's 1958 championship glasses, the good brown water for tonight. Let's get number 8. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's go. Huey Miller, is Milam a big leaguer? Huey, probably not. There aren't many dudes that are 5'5" that make it to the show. The exception is Jose Altuve, and the difference with Altuve and Milam is Altuve's power. If Milam develops power like that, then yes, because what he's shown this year is the range, the arm, the ability to play on the left or right side of the infield. But in the big leagues, they're going to everyone's got range. I mean, you don't get to the big leagues if you can't play the position, but then they're looking for guys with multiple tools. And I think he's got a lot of that, but in pro ball, they draft also on projectability. That's why they take high school players. They look at the body, the frame. They look at how can we project this prospect. And so when there's a guy that's 5'5", 5'6", there isn't a super high ceiling is the point. So odds are against Milam making it to the show. I wouldn't bet against him because dude's awesome. I mean, he's an awesome player. He's a grinder. You know, amazing. You know, and I hope, but he's got to beat the odds. Put you that way. Hey, Devin, was that the greatest farewell performance by an LSU pitcher in the history of the program? I mean, you'd put it up there against Skeens, against Wake Forest. Skeens went 8 innings of shutout ball, just 2 hits. This was a complete game shutout in the championship series. That was to get you to the championship series. Brett Laxton, 93. He was a freshman. That wasn't his farewell performance. Ty Floyd, 17 strikeouts, was a farewell performance in game 1 of the championship series. Last time we saw him pitch at LSU. But he did allow 3 runs on 5 hits in that game. This was a complete game shutout. So, I mean, you've got an argument for it. Hey, Thomas, good morning. It is a great day to be a Tiger. Ince and Evans, Shores. Well, I'd flip Shores and Evans there, Hunter. But yes, Ince and Shores, Evans, I think is how they would go tonight if they have a lead. Hey, Jeremy, good morning. Let's finish strong today. Brett DeGrow, love Einstein on the bump. Hoping our bats can get rolling. Chance, Milam seemed to be most locked into the plate. He missed a home run by 6 inches. That's true. Like the ball he hit in the third that went off, I mean, it was off the top of the wall. I mean, the yellow stripe. I mean, the ball just made an indention right in the middle of the yellow stripe. Otherwise, he hits a line drive. And by the way, that's the only way it's getting out. I mean, you have to, with the wind blowing straight in from center, the only way you're getting one out is a dead pull low liner to stay below that jet stream to one of the corners. I mean, that's how you're going to get it out. If you elevate a ball, the wind's just going to eat that thing up. Let's see, go Tigers. Matter the official group rules at the stadium. The yellow line on the fence is a home run. No, it's got to clear the yellow line to be a home run. Let's see. Bubba, how about Paul Gervais getting called up? That was cool. He's still in the show, no doubt. Be playing in a minor league ballpark, but yes, he'll go on the road and play in big league ballparks. Fitness, one more. Let's go. Ryan, morning, Matt and Drew with the game at 1:30. Temperatures around 98. If Einstein shows exhaustion in the 5th or 6th, do you see Evans that early? Well, I mean, it's worth mentioning that against West Virginia, Einstein only went 5. But that was because they did a great job of running his pitch count up. Einstein against West Virginia, 4 runs on 5 hits, struck out 7, walked 3. Again, 5 innings pitched, and he threw 104 pitches. So that was the thing against West Virginia. It had nothing to do with the heat or exhaustion or anything like that. It was just they did a really good job of running up his pitch count, and so he was done after 5. And that could be the case tonight because that's certainly been Coastal's plan. I mean, you saw Kade Anderson needed 23 pitches to get through the first inning yesterday. I mean, but he was good to go 130. It's the last outing. Michael, good morning. Christian, I think folks can finally put the Braswell slander to rest. Showed why he needs to stay in the line. Yeah, I don't think there's slander, Christian. And I think mostly everyone has been super encouraging of Michael Braswell throughout this slump. It's a stark contrast to what happened with Jordan Thompson 2 years ago, which, as I've said often, I've never been more embarrassed by LSU fans and the way they treated Jordan Thompson 2 years ago. That was horrific, the way people treated him. And he was great. Jordan Thompson will be a big leaguer. And he went awful time to go through an 0 for 20, with 12 strikeouts in the College World Series. Biggest stage, awful time to have it happen. But, like, come on. Like, you're booing your own guy. You're trashing. That's awful. So I think LSU fans did learn their lesson from that 2 years ago, and they've treated Braswell much better. And by the way, how about Braswell at first AB? I mean, he ripped one down the right field line in his first at-bat. Sometimes you get bad baseball luck, man. I mean, he ripped that ball and just got caught it on the line, But it's good. It's nice to see good contact there. Let your hands get free and just extend through the baseball. Casey, Tiger needs to swing the bat today. Way too many up the middle watched pitches last night. I mean, Casey, a lot of times when like, I know it's hard to understand sometimes, but a lot of times when you see a guy stare at a pitch that's over the plate, he's expecting something else. So, like, if you're sitting back expecting an off-speed, like, let's say you're expecting an 85 mile an hour low and away, like, that's what you're expecting in this moment. And dude reaches back and grabs 98 and pumps it right down the middle. And you had your hands back waiting, like, to be patient, waiting on a pitch that you're anticipating being low and away, and he blows 98 by you. Well, sometimes you see foolish swings where, like, you swing late and just kind of like, that's how you see some of those swings, real defensive swings, because you got fooled. And when it's 98, you got a split second to make a decision if you're going to engage. And if you're waiting on something low and away, like, that's why you end up staring at a pitch like that. You just guess wrong. So you have to be up at the plate with the approach, waiting for, like, ready for the fastball. But, like, while you're ready for 98, if they go off speed, you can make the adjustment and touch it low and away, maybe waste it, foul it away, whatever it is, so you stay engaged for another pitch. But that's why they look at a pitch. They're not like looking at a pitch that's 98 right down the middle just because. It's because they're expecting something else. They get fooled. Manny, good morning. Defense, Braswell is contributing big. No doubt. I mean, I'd say the 3 biggest defensive plays in this game, Michael Braswell had a part in it. The bunt that Kade Anderson fielded to get the lead runner at third for the first out of that inning, first and second away. And then the third out was the caught stealing where Hernandez fired to third. And I think it was Mitchell who slid past the base. Braswell stayed on and made the tag. And then in the ninth, the second out of the ninth, the play Braswell made going to his left was, I mean, awesome to keep his balance. It's why he's in there. You got a shortstop, you got an SC shortstop playing third base. It's why he's in there. Braswell's made 3 errors all year, I think. Michael Braswell has made, hang on, I'm going to tell you right now. Let me give you some context on that. Michael Braswell on the season has made Michael Braswell has made 3 errors this season. Last year, he made 13. He's made 3 errors this season, y'all. I mean, Tommy White, who became a very good defensive third baseman, like a surprisingly good, not elite, but a good defensive third baseman. Tommy White last year had 3 errors, like, and he had 13 the year before, incidentally. So, like, remember the contrast. His first year at LSU, he made 13 errors at third base. Last year became very good, made 3. Braswell this year has made 3. So, like, that improvement, that's what you're talking about, man. It's like super. Give you another. Let me pick. Let me just pick somebody. I'm just going to pick somebody random. Hang on. Let me pick. So Eric Snow was Auburn's third baseman this year. I've not looked at these stats. I'm doing it cold. Eric Snow was Auburn's third baseman. This team, it was a national seed. Eric Snow on the season. Watch him have like 2 errors. Eric Snow had 10 errors this year. I mean, he had triple the amount of errors as Michael Braswell. And that's not a lot, by the way. I mean, he had 11 a year ago. I mean, you see my point? Like, you're a college third baseman on the hot corner. Double-digit errors is kind of to be expected. To be sitting there with 3 is amazing. Like, Braswell's been great for you defensively at third. And if you're going to play this type of series, yes, I'll take an out in the 9 hole or the 8 hole, wherever they want to put him, if I'm going to get elite defense, again, especially against this team that's going to bunt and steal and all that sort of stuff. All right, please smash the like button if you would, subscribe to the channel. Thomas, let me do this so we don't lose track of things. You know the drill. Here we go.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown. ParishBuilt.com.
All right, Parish Construction and Roof. Remember, if you need an orthopedist, go to Brock. If you need a roof, give us a shot at ParishBuilt.com. We are giving away 10 grand again. We're announcing the winner July the 18th. It's this easy. All you got to do is go to Parish Construction and Roofing, go to ParishBuilt.com, sign up for a free, no obligation roofing inspection. It's really that simple. No purchase necessary, nothing required. All you do is sign up for, let us come inspect your roof. That's it. And you do that, you're automatically entered to win $10,000 cash. We'll announce the winner on July the 18th. Mike, since LSU is a full bullpen, will they pull Irons in a first sign of real danger? No, it depends on the score. Like, it wouldn't be like second inning, if he's got a couple on, you pull him. That would be a sign of danger. I think it's more of a question of where you are in the game and what the score is, and then who you would go to, I think, is a better example. Like, if they touch Ianson for 3 runs in the third, then you're probably just sticking with Ianson, and then you're going to go to your down the line arms unless you rally. If it's a 2-2 ball game through 5 and a third and you're going to the bullpen, you're going to chase yours. You're trying to win it, Manny Thomas, happy 3rd birthday to my granddaughter Evelyn. Well, happy birthday to Evelyn. Hope she has an awesome. Hope we get to celebrate a championship on Evelyn's birthday. What a great hallmark and commemorating moment that would be forever and ever and ever and ever. Happy birthday to Evelyn. Jason, what's good, man? Braswell playing the bunt saved the game. Hard to believe it was so early in the game, too. One Nardi, good morning. Golf South Anderson was legendary. I'd argue Braswell's defense was equally as important. He was great last night, man. Brant, one thing I'd like to see today, a little more aggressive at the first pitches. So, Brant, it's a hallmark of Jay Johnson's teams offensively that they take strike one. They make pitchers throw strike one before they engage. And that's intended to drive pitch counts up, to make them throw more. But so this becomes the question. If you take strike one, or if teams know you're taking strike one, do they just groove one on the first pitch to get up 0-1 and then you're behind in the count? Well, you got to be able to be comfortable hitting behind in the count. But that's kind of the debate with that question. But that's what LSU does. They take strike one. Hey, Mike, good morning. One went away from a pool jump. I hope I get to do it tonight, man. I'm very much looking forward to it. Cortland, Braswell's defense was clutch. Is Helmers the marketing guy for Gordon? He's all over Omaha with the 8888. So Gordon hired Will Helmers to run a content wing that they call, it's a content platform he calls Louisiana Loaded. And so Will is going around to just experience Louisiana culture. So he's going to like festivals and restaurants and all different types of Omaha and basically doing fun stuff. And they're documenting it all. So he's the one in Omaha giving out the 888 shots every day over at Rocco's and doing content for it and all that stuff. Hey, Mo, I thought it was 4 hits. I thought it was 1 run and 4 hits. I'll stand corrected. I thought it was 1 run and 4 hits. Let's see. Milam had 2. Brown had 1. Hernandez had 1. Who am I missing? Right. Let's see. Milam had 2. I'm looking. Who am I missing? Curiel had a hit. Okay. So Curiel. LSU had 6. Who did I miss? Curiel. Oh, Dickinson. That's right. So Curiel had 1. Milam had 2. Brown had the hit. Hernandez. That was after Milam's walk in the 6th. And then Dickinson had the hit. That's right. So 6 hits. 1 run and 6 hits. So you had opportunities. Go Tigers. So proud of Braswell ground the way he has. Good is sweet. Spencer, love the content. Curious is locked on have rules about how long the show lasts. Seems rushed many times. Say goodbye. Surprising. Yeah. So so during it's a good question, Spencer. So during the week, the answer is generally no. But during the week, the show, the Gulf Coast Sports Network, where the Pelicans games are shown, just this last week picked up Locked on Saints, Locked on Pels, Locked on LSU, and Locked on SEC for a 2-hour block on television. And so we have to structure those shows to 27 minutes. So that's why, like, during the week, there's a show weekday mornings that's exactly 27 minutes. That's why. Like, the post game we did after Arkansas, I went an hour. Like tonight, I'll have to do a second show that's 27 minutes that will be specifically for Monday morning's podcast, TV, all that stuff. But the post game show I'm doing tonight, I'm going for as long as y'all want to go. LSU wins the national championship tonight. 4 hours. That's right, Erica. You tell them 4 hours. But that's why you have the disparity. Good question. Thanks for asking. Hey, Jason, Uncle Scone, get ready. It's almost pool time. 2 years ago today, Tommy White walked it off. How about that? I would love to do it again. Randall, morning. Sure, you probably don't know what's the lowest scoring championship series ever. If this is a low scoring LSU win today, we might have history. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. I mean, I would imagine it would have to be one that only went 2 games. Hard to imagine a series going 3 games and have lower scoring, and through 1 game you're at 1 run. I mean, this probably be it. Chualt 1, Cortland, 8 of the 10 strikeouts were swinging. Mo, do we get an evening Scone pool jump? Instead, no, you're getting Locked On, but the pool jump will happen on Locked On. So post game will be on Locked On. So remember, as soon as the game is over today, Locked On LSU YouTube channel. If you're not there yet, go subscribe, hit the notifications. As soon as the game ends, I'll go live. I'll light up a Bocock Brothers victory cigar, and we will do the show, like Erica just said, for 4 hours. And Erica's going to come outside and do the show with me. Erica's going to come do the show, co-hosted by E-Rock. Yes. Jason, I definitely sent you a Scone, are you okay message. I got quite a few of those. I am like 40 minutes behind on comments. I'm so sorry. Jason said we need a bunch of cha-chings today. Daniel, what's up? Listening from Dubai. There we go. Pool jump tonight. I'm excited. I am honestly excited that you all are excited about the pool jump. That gets me a little jazzed. NGL. Let's see. NGL. There have been 2 complete game shutouts in a final series, and about to shove finish this thing. I know there has not been. There's only been 3 complete game shutouts ever since they went to the championship series, which was 23 years ago. And one of them was Jay Johnson's Arizona team in game 1 against Coastal, and then Coastal came back and won the next 2 games. So, knock on wood, fingers crossed. Get that bad juju out of here. But yes, it's 3 complete game shutouts in this format. How can I watch the after show tonight? Locked On LSU YouTube channel. So go to YouTube, type in Locked On LSU, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you're notified whenever we go live. And I will tweet the link and I will share it on my text line as well. So if you want to be on my text line, you'll get it there also. So the text line is 225 396 4400, 396 4400, 396 4400. It's easy on that. So on the text line, all you got to do is type in that number, just text hi or something like that, or yo, Scone, whatever. You'll get an automated reply, which makes you like, you put in like your name and all that stuff. And then after that, you're in, and then everything is directly from me after that. Like I'll go to the text line. One of y'all, I'm sure, there right now. Let's see. Trying to see if there's anybody who texted me recently. Oh, there's Jason Horn. Was looking for you last night after the game. Yep, Uncle Scone, you good. Watch. I'm going to put, hi, Jason. Boom. I just texted Jason Horn. So he just got a text from me here during the show. Daniel, love to see the local guys win. Oh, there you go. Look, watching Ross Jackson since he started. Ross is awesome. Ross has proven to be a fantastic hire for us on at LouisianaSports.net. And when we were building the staff, I very clearly wanted influencers, people who had a following that we could leverage to our site as we grew. And so, Ross, we hired as our Saints guy. We put Hunt in place as our LSU guy. We hired Chris Marler as our SEC guy, and he had been with Saturday Down South for a lot of years, also very good at social media. So he's our social media manager as well. It's like all the graphics and everything you see from ESPN and Louisiana Sports.net, that's all Marler's templates and all the stuff he does. He's great at it. So we were very intentional with that, and Ross has been awesome. Grinder, too. I mean, he's been great. Where is TB new content at? TB? Help me out. I'm not sure what I'm missing there. Sorry. If the ball doesn't hit the first bait up, Milam goes to second. Yeah, so talked about that a bit ago. That was in the 6th, the Milam's walk that, and then Hernandez, that's when Hernandez singled after that, but it hit the throw from the pickoff attempt went wild, but it was Jeff Head, incidentally, he's an SEC ump, called a million LSU games. The ball hit Jeff Head. If that goes down into the corner, Milam is at least at second base. Hernandez is single. You got to run. Now, do they pitch Hernandez differently with a runner on second? I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it's natural to think that could happen. 3-1 or 3-2. As long as the good guys win, I'm with it. Glenn, did you see T-Bob's video after the win over Arkansas? That wasn't. Which one? The one at Don Juan with the pig, or the one that he did with Barstool, where he's mobbing some guy? Because the pig one was me and T-Bob at Don Juan after the football game. That somebody went and clipped that and showed it after LSU beat Arkansas, which I think will now probably be shown every time LSU beats Arkansas in anything ever. Shelby and Tiger. Tiger wants PJs like Drew has on. He likes watching nephew walk by. Is Drew still in his PJs? Oh, she changed them. Which ones did he have on? Huh? Horses. Yeah. Mama, make sure he stays good, man. With the heat wave in Omaha, living in Louisiana helps with playing. Sure. It's also Glenn West's birthday today. All right, Glenn West, shout out. Kevin, I am real talent. Let's go. Morning, Matt. Which are you college baseball blue bloods? Which are your college baseball blue bloods? I mean, if you're thinking historically, I mean, Southern Cal has the most championships from the Rod Dado years. Texas is in there as well. It's just interesting because you could look at history where you'd throw teams like Arizona State in there. But then there's recent history in the last 25 years where teams like Vanderbilt have won multiple titles. South Carolina won multiple titles, but they haven't really reached that level since. Mississippi State only won their first title in 2021. But they have great history, obviously, with Duty Noble and Ron Polk. And Ron Polk and Skip Bertman sort of built the SEC. I don't know if that's answering your question, but those are the teams I think of. Miami's had a long history as well in the sport. Florida State, although they've never won a national championship, has been really a pillar in the sport for a long time. Those are the ones that I think of. Well, let's see. All right, we got someone spamming. Going to go ahead and not allow that. Golf South, not only is Braswell not making errors, he's making spectacular plays too, plus defender. Cortland Braswell had his 3 errors while they were still heavily platooning. When he became more everyday starter, he was better. Yeah, Braswell hasn't made an error since April. Hang on one second. I'll tell you when his last error was. I think it was like the Auburn series. Hang on. It's been a minute. I mean, I don't want to jinx him again, but not that I believe in jinxes, but hang on. I'll tell you when his last error was. It's been a minute since he committed an error. It was Braswell's last error was Oklahoma was his last error. I mean, y'all, the Oklahoma was the week before Auburn. They swept Oklahoma, then got swept by Auburn. He made an error in game 3 against Oklahoma. That was his and it was a 3-2 win. That was his last error. That was April the 5th. Michael Braswell hadn't made an error since April the 5th. He made his 3 errors this season he made one against North Dakota State, one against North Alabama, and he had 1 error in SEC play, the one against Oklahoma. That's it. Guy's been great defensively. That's undeniable. Commentators curse. E-Dog looking forward to next year early, but is the 3 starter some combo of Case and transfer Guidry, Schmidt, Williams? Yeah, you left Rizzi out of that mix as well. So Evans, I fully expect will be a starter next season. The Guidry, Schmidt, Williams, Rizzi combo is an interesting one. But I do absolutely think with 100% certainty that they will go get a starting pitcher out of the transfer portal. And remember, you also left out Devin Sheeran, who they brought in from Mount St. Mary's, who was one of the top portal transfers a year ago towards ACL. He'll be back next year off the torn ACL. So you will have a ton of options. I think of all of them, Schmidt is probably the most interesting because he projects the most like Kade Anderson. Number 1 pitcher, passed on a ton of money to come to school. The stuff is undeniable. Was really good in the non-conference, struggled to get SEC hitters out. Just needed mound time. Develops with another year of developing his body and command and all that sort of stuff and pitchability. And do you see a similar rise? That's the thing I've said about. That's the thing I've said about William Schmidt this entire season. Like, he is mapping like Kade Anderson. I'm not saying he's going to go from that to being the number 1 pick in the draft. But remember, you got Schmidt for 3 years. Schmidt will not be a draft eligible sophomore next year. You have Schmidt for 3 years. But You look at every year Jay has been here, he has gone and gotten starting pitching out of the portal every year he's been here. So, I mean, you look at Skeens and Hurd to last year with Jump and Holman, to this year with, remember, it's Ianson, Sheeran, Cowan. I mean, they went and got starting pitching out of the portal this year. So they're going to do it. I mean, they're going to go look for a frontline starting pitcher in the portal and let them all compete. Don Barnett, morning, Matt. Heard there was a baseball game yesterday. Would Jelani Watkins ever go strictly track? No. He's on scholarship for football, but he's had a heck of a freshman track season. He can do both. Let's get this natty chicken on the smoker. Wayne, does crow and chicken taste the same? Someone should ask them. They were being pretty cocky. I don't think they were being cocky. Again, we talked about it. I think the question that was asked those Coastal guys in the press conference was atrocious. And I don't blame them at all for answering the way that they did. By the way, how about we show some respect for Kade Anderson here? I'm gonna drop the Kade shirt link here in the chat if anybody wants to snag one. He'll never pitch at LSU again, but my goodness, like if ever there was a dude that deserved our respect, and maybe the shirts get in for a championship celebration, or whenever you're watching Kade Anderson pitch in the show, you wear your Kade shirt. Whatever the case may be, but I'll just go and drop those. There's tons of well, and I'm sure that 99 Misfits will have plenty of championship designs and things like that ready to roll. Yeah, Bryce is asking about the Coastal comments. I don't care. Like I talked about it plenty. It was a local reporter from Omaha who asked the question. He said, I ask this question every year, and said, what do you admire about the other program? Like, I don't know what you expect anybody to say. I think it's a foolish question. Generally in a press conference, when you have such a limited amount of time, you're asking something with the intent of using that specifically for what you're working on. Like, for example, in a post game last night, you're asking Stephen Milam about his 2 hits because he's the one that had success. You're asking, like someone asked Kade Anderson about fielding his position, about your PFP. And he gave a great answer. He said, we've done that 10,000 times, because him fielding the bunt in the second or the third where he fielded, I think it was in the second, when they were first and second, nobody out. It was the third. It's running together. Anyway, and he fielded the bunt, got the lead runner at third. Well, that's a very relevant question. Asking these dudes, tell me something you admire about LSU. When Coastal and LSU played one time, and it was 9 years ago, these dudes were in elementary school. Like, what? Like, what? It's just a stupid question. And so the guys were like, nothing. I mean, they're trying to beat them. What do you admire? It's a stupid question. For anybody to get upset about that, I mean, anyway. Craig ready to celebrate this afternoon. Do you consider LSU? LSU isn't a blue blood. LSU is the blue blood in the sport. I mean, there is no program that's even remotely close. I understand Rod Dato won a bunch of titles at USC in the 70s when nobody else was really trying. There was no scholarship limits, and that's congrats on that. I mean, it's a thing that happened in that era, but I mean, LSU is the blue blood of the sport. There is no program that has won at the clip LSU has, who has the fan base, the support. I mean, there's lots of places that have great investment in facilities, but when you match all of it together, I mean, it starts with LSU. Hunter, look for Braswell, have a big hit today. Would hope so. Reason we're excited, we're a truly authentic LSU fan. The pool jump means more. I'm fired up for it. Looking forward to next year. 3-starter. Oh, sorry, I did that one. Sorry. Hang on. Forgot about Sheer. Yep. This is an interesting one. If Cowan's back, he could come back, and I have had that convo already. And it's kind of just a thing of, does he want to come back and be a reliever again next year at LSU, or does he want to go give pro ball a shot? But it's not a guy that's going to have like top 10 round money. So what do you do? It's a good question. I'm going to tell you the real interesting one is going to be Stanfield. That's going to be the most interesting one because Stanfield could do like Braswell and come back for another year. And you would assume, obviously, Curiel Brown will be everyday outfielders next year. And there's a guy who's there that we're anticipating will be in the portal, would be a plug-and-play starter. So what do you do with Stanfield? And I don't know the answer to that. Like, they all thought Braswell last year was going. And he didn't get drafted. So what do you do? It's going to be similar with Stanfield. That's one to watch. What if Anthony shoves today and he pitches a complete game shutout? Awesome. LSU will win the national championship. Who has developed better? What do you mean? I see what you're saying. Why go anywhere else? It's funny, man, because it's been a lot of knocks earlier this year on Yeski with some of those relievers struggling to throw strikes. But you look at what happened last year with Holman and Jump. Obviously, this year with Kade Anderson. Chase Shores, his progression coming back from Tommy John this year has been awesome. I'll admit to you, there's sometimes I don't love Nate Yeski's pitch selection. But again, who am I to say? Like, I look at Shores and the slider's really good, but most college hitters aren't hitting 101. Throw 101. Like when he got into trouble in the 8th against Arkansas and they ultimately pulled him, it was when he started throwing sliders. And the slider's a great pitch. And a lot of college hitters are going to struggle to hit an 80 or 90 mile an hour slider. I get it. But you miss with a 90 mile an hour slider, that's easier to hit than when you miss with a 101 mile an hour fastball. Because 101 is still 101. Text line 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. RB No Championship Gold State. I don't know what they're going to wear today. LSU will be the visitor, as I mentioned, if y'all saw it announced it before. So LSU home game 1, visitor game 2, home game 3 in the if necessary. So normally the starting pitcher, Jay lets the starting pitcher pick what uniform he wants to wear. So Ianson, I think, is typically like the Pins when they're at home, but being that they're going to be the visitor today, I guess they'd wear the grays, which, to be very honest with you, I hope they wear because I think that is a gorgeous uniform. The road grays that LSU wears are awesome. And I have very sentimental feelings about the road grays because that's what LSU was wearing in 91 when they won their first national championship. When they beat Wichita State 6-3. So I think LSU's road grays are gorgeous, especially with the piping. When they were just gray, not as much, but the piping down the leg, the piping up the button around the neck, the interlocking LSU baseball logo on the chest with the number on the front, on the stomach, and then on the back. I think LSU's road grays are gorgeous. Like, I would love to see them win another natty in the road grays. 91, they were in the grays. 93, they were in the Pins with Brett Laxton. 96 was when they had the gold. 97 was the purple tops. 2000, they were in their all whites. 09, they were in gold. And then obviously they were in championship gold again in 2023. Sorry. Oh, man. Hang on. So they've worn the golds more for their championship wins than any other because they wore golds in 96 and then 09 and then 23. So they've worn the golds 3 of the 7. Everything else, I'm doing this right, has only been worn. So the grays, the Pins, the golds, the purples, purple tops, white bottoms in 97, the all whites. So that was 5. The first 5 were all in different uniforms. Were all in different And then in 09 and in 23, they wore the golds. So the golds are the only uniforms that they've worn multiple times on championship. So if they wear the grays today, which I anticipate they will, then this would be the second time they've worn the grays. But I don't know. I don't know what they're going to wear. Pool jump in the future, for sure, happening. Thoughts on T-Bob, Brandon Walk? I don't know. Candidly, I don't know what that is. I would tell you, I just candidly don't know what that debate is. It's a Sunday gold day. Maybe. And again, like LSU's the visitor today, so they could. I expect Coastal will be in there all white. So LSU could wear the purple tops and the white bottoms. They could. I'm sorry, the gold tops and the white bottoms. But I wouldn't. But again, typically Jay lets the starting pitcher pick the uniform, and when they've been on the road with Einstein, they've worn grays. I'm trying to find out if we know what uniform they're wearing yet. All right. Sorry, y'all. Ha ha ha. It would appear as though LSU is wearing the road grays. Your boy nailed it. How about your boy? How about your boy? That's unconfirmed, but that is from someone on the ground in the media room in Omaha who said road grays. Fired up. It gets me so fired up, y'all. Yes, 100%. For everyone who continues to ask, yes. Pool jump today. When LSU wins, show from the back patio, smoking a Bocock Brothers premium cigar, drinking I will pull down the Van Winkle Rip 10 off the shelf, drink it straight from the bottle, smoking a Bocock Brothers premium cigar, fully clothed pool jump show for as long as y'all want to go. But remember, Locked on LSU YouTube channel. So be on the Locked on LSU YouTube channel. Locked on LSU YouTube channel. See, Thaddy said no championship goals. That's weird. I disagree with you fundamentally. That's not weird. Like, you want to wear gold in game 3, that's your prerogative. When LSU wears gold in game 3, fine. Remember, in 09, that was game 3. In 2023, that was game 3. This is game 2. They weren't wearing championship golds in game 2 when they lost 26-4, whatever it was, in 2023. So, will Drew jump in with that too? Probably not, but maybe. I don't know. I'm down with it. Let's get crazy. It's Championship Sunday. Can we get a score prediction? Score. No, I score. Give me LSU. You know what? Give me LSU 6-3. If they're going grays, well, hang on. Nope, they're going golds. They're going golds. Gold. They're going golds. They're going golds. Scrap it. Scrap it. Scrap it. Scrap it. Golds. They're going golds. I don't love that, by the way, but okay. But I get it. All right. They did wear gold in game 2 and 23. Okay. I don't remember that. I probably just tried to block that game completely out of my memory. Entirely. I love it. I wish I were in the grays. I think the golds are fine. This is a hot take here. I think the golds are fine. I'm not super pumped about them. I get the champion, like the Warren Morris tie, the emotional connection to them. I'm just saying the aesthetics of the gold on the white. It's whatever. It's not my favorite. Don't love it. Very glad that they burned the gold hats. That would have been an absolute abomination. So, I see that. How are you finding that info? Do you know an equipment guy or something? Anyway. All right. I may have to get bouncing here, y'all. Been on an hour and 18 minutes. Okay. Please smash the like button if you would subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Again, all of our sponsors linked in the description on YouTube, tagged on Facebook. I haven't linked them on Facebook yet. Doggone it. Let me go do that so you all can see them there in the event that you would like to patronize any of them, which I would greatly appreciate. Let's see. Of course, Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. If you need an orthopedist, go to Brock. Most importantly, remember Brock Rock and Wine coming up on July the 26th. South Stadium Club in Tiger Stadium. Parish Construction and Roofing. We are giving away $10,000 yet again. If you want to win, all you got to do is sign up for a free, no obligation roofing inspection. Restored Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, semaglutide, tirzepatide, the once a week injections for weight loss if you are interested. They can ship your medicine anywhere in the country. Lowest prices, never any contract. So make sure you check out uniquephysique.com. Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com, and Bocock Brothers Premium Cigars, code MATT15 for 15% off. And I will remind you again, for those that missed it when I said it earlier, you can go buy any of the LSU boxes right now, but I would highly recommend, if you're interested in a box, just wait, because when LSU wins the national championship, they are going to have a championship box. So Here's hoping. Tiger Creek, I get the Morris thing. When did Golds become a thing? Then. So I know they've told the story. Buddy Patrick Coogan, who was on the yeah, so this is a see, I'm actually enough of a nerd that I get the joke. Because K on the periodic table, this is the symbol for potassium. So potassium aid. I get where you're going there, K. But this is also strikeout in a scorebook. So that's more what that is. But I get it. Get it. And Dutch said Southern Cal is the blue blood, 12 natties, don't care if it's in the past. That's fine, Dutch, but then that's also like saying Army is a blue blood in college football, which they're not. In an era 70 years ago, 100 years ago, when they played at a high level, that's fine. But I don't think anybody would look at Army and say, Army football, that's the blue blood. I mean, it's Notre Dame, it's Alabama, it's Ohio State, it's Michigan, it's those Southern Cal. So by the way, go Tigers. There is a backwards K shirt. So we made this one, and then people requested a backwards K. So there is a backwards K as well. So just as an FYI, same site, you can go look at it. There is a backwards K. So whichever you'd prefer. You love to see it. All right, let's get out of here, y'all. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook like the page, share the post. Remember, get over to the Locked On LSU YouTube channel. As soon as the game goes final today, we're live. Final outs recorded. Boom, we're live. Tigers win. We're doing the pool jump. Big celebratory post game. That's where we'll see you. If in the very unlikely event that this thing goes to Monday, that's where we'll be as well. In any event. Okay. Y'all have an awesome day. Go Tigers. Let's get number 2 for Jay Johnson. Number 8 for the program. Let's hope it is a championship Sunday and the Tigers come ready to roll against Jacob Morrison. I'll stick with my score, even though I think they're going gold unis. I'll go 6-3 in honor of the 91 champs. So let's see it happen today and get a great outing from Ianson. Exits with the lead. Then we see Shores, Evans to finish it. And the Tigers come home and add a number to the Intimidator. Y'all have an awesome day. Go Tigers. We'll see you. Peace.